So let's talk about building trust, especially when it comes to doing social media, to running a business, to just about doing anything. Because there's a lot of people these days who are so full of nonsense, so full of garbage, so full of hot air, really. And they're not who they're making themselves out to be. I'm sure that you've seen the same sort of clips that I have in on, for instance, Instagram, TikTok, etc. You see these clips of young men or well-dressed men, oftentimes athletic men, who they're on their way to some sort of fancy dinner or lunch. They're staying at some sort of a luxury hotel or resort. Maybe they can theoretically afford to go to that restaurant once a year if they save up all their hard-earned money. By the way, I'm not saying that that applies for everyone, because I know of people who actually can afford such such things, which is fine. Good on them. But there's a boatload of people who can't. And they're liars, and they're cheaters, and they're deceivers. These are the sort of people who pose in front of fancy sports cars that aren't theirs. They wear clothes that they're maybe borrowing or renting. Their car that they're driving is obviously rented and borrowed as well. And they're just creating this false image of themselves being who they're really not. Because let me tell you, I also know about rich people, very rich people who are well off, who don't want that sort of attention, right? In my experience, and in their experience, because I've heard this from others, a lot of people who want that attention, or who crave that attention, these are the broke kids without any money whatsoever, because they think that, hey, if I get all the eyeballs on me, then I'll get lots and lots of money. Now, in some cases that might be true, and it might work as an accelerator for them. That's true. But for the most part, that's not really how it works. That's not how a lot of millionaires that I know and that I know of have built their wealth. In fact, a lot of these millionaires and a lot of these rich people that I frequent or that I'm around, they prefer to actually be off the radar. They don't want that attention. And I understand them well, because I wouldn't want that attention either. I mean, that's what I'm doing with respect to building my email list. That's what I'm doing with respect to selling what I'm selling. Because I'm selling, and I'm selling highly priced products. But I'm selling highly priced products to people who actually can want to purchase them. I don't cater to the broke kids. If you're broke and you have to, I don't know, take up a loan to invest $1,000 in yourself, then fine. Don't buy from me. Don't buy from people like me. Or that is, I'm obviously selling products that aren't just worth $1,000. But my point is, I'm selling fairly highly priced products, and I do so feeling good, and I will continue doing so. Because unlike a lot of these, I'm not sure that I can call them scammers. I want to, though, because they have this scammy behavior. But unlike a lot of these scammers, I don't just want to sell and be done with it. No, I want to help people. If you're purchasing from me, then I want to make you a better person. My product or my service is supposed to help you become somebody who's better. That's why everything that you're buying from me is an investment in yourself. And precisely because of that, the price is high, because when you pay attention. That's what Russell Brunson taught me. Russell Brunson, who works in ClickFunnels. And that's why if you get something for free, and I'm like that too, then you're not going to care about it. I mean, let's take this microphone, this Rode microphone here. I bought it for, well, quite a cost. I'm not going to say how much it cost, but let me just say the cost was a little bit significant, especially at that time. That makes me treasure it even more. If I got it for free, I wouldn't even have cared about it. I would have tossed it around and, maybe thrown it up in the air. Who knows? But because I paid, I now have to pay attention to use it correctly. So that's my point here. And that's why I target the skeptics, like myself. Because I need to be convinced. I need I need confidence, and I also need trust in you. That's why I do my best, and that's why my job is to build trust in you. That starts by you subscribing to my email list. The link to do so is below the episode description wherever you're watching or listening to this, and I'll see you there.